Hey, welcome back to the show. This segment, we've got Denise Vaca and Lisa Scarsapino from the Hospice of Medina County. Welcome.
Hi, Ed.
Hi, thanks for
How are
having
you guys
us.
doing today?
Very good.
Good. Well, tell us a little bit about your organization. I think, you know, it's relatively new facility here in the area.
Yes,
and
it is.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, great. Hospice of Medina County actually got its start in 1981. We've been around since then. We got our start in Medina County, but we also service the surrounding counties. The building that you see on Windfall, we've been in for about 4 years now. So that houses not only our offices, but also our inpatient unit as well.
Great. Now, obviously, with the name Hospice of Medina County, we think of the care that you guys give, but there's a lot of other services that you offer.
Yes.
Could you explain?
We have a whole continuum of care.
Okay.
So we have the home care agency, which is Bridges Home Health Care. We have the hospice. We have the Robertson Bereavement Center. We also have palliative care services. And then we have Life's Treasures, which is our thrift store.
And then we also have our Bridges Home Helpers, which is our private duty service.
Okay. Let's go into some of those other services. What are some of the things that the community can benefit in general from some of these services?
Well, just about anything. With our Bridges Home Helpers, like I said, that's a private duty. So if you have a loved one who might be in need of a little extra help around the house, whether they need some light housekeeping done or just general nursing, that's a private duty service that we offer.
Okay.
The Robertson Bereavement Center is actually open to anyone who is suffering a loss. It's not just for someone who's been in our care. It's for anybody in the community. And then, of course, our hospice center itself, it's a beautiful facility.
You know, though, too, Ed, hospice, we have the center, and we have 16 private rooms at the center.
Okay.
But hospice services are given wherever a person lives.
Okay.
And most people, if you asked them where would you want to be when you have hospice services at end of life, they would say in their home. So we do service patients in the home, and we service not only Medina County, but the surrounding counties as well. And then we also can go into nursing facilities, assisted livings, the hospital, and of course then we have the center as well. So wherever a person lives, we can supply hospice services to them.
And you said you supply the surrounding counties too. Obviously, it's a rather large organization.
It is. We're non-for-profit, and we've always serviced the surrounding counties: Summit, Cuyahoga, Lorain, Wayne, Ashland. But the name Hospice of Medina County sometimes can be deceiving. We got our start in Medina County. Medina County has been so good to us that we don't want to lose the name. So that's why we're continuing to call it HMC, Hospice of Medina County still.
Okay. So Lisa, you mentioned the Bridges program that you have.
Yes.
Can you give us a little more details and more information about that?
Well, with the Bridges Home Care is basically for someone who is homebound. They don't have to. They're not necessarily ready for hospice.
Okay.
It is for somebody who is homebound, whether they have just had surgery, whether they just it's a taxing effort for them to get out of the home, and that's when we would come in and take care of them in the home. That's what Bridges.
And what sort of services is that? Is that nursing services, or
Yes,
is that
it
more?
is. It is nursing services. It is physical therapy. It is occupational therapy. We also have speech therapy as well.
Okay.
And home health aid as well.
And a
That
home
can
health
help
aid.
with personal care for the person.
Okay. Okay. Now, again, taking care of these individuals, that's not individuals who are we would traditionally think are looking at hospice.
No. Those are more folks that are going to be rehabable, that have an illness that's brought them down for a while and need the therapies or the nursing to get them back up to speed, to get them back maybe in the workforce or what have you. I always like to give an example. Say somebody goes and fractures their hip and would need home care services to get the therapies and the nursing and get them back to walking, functioning again at a high level.
Okay. And then that's all done in the home, so people are more
Correct.
comfortable. They've got a better surrounding. What would be a typical time period? Is there, or can you give us a typical time period that somebody would be looking at for the home services?
As far as how long they would have us?
Yeah.
Well, it would depend on their progress and their doctor as well, because we always have to work under a physician's order.
So Denise, it sounds like you've got some real exciting events that are coming up too.
We do. We really do. One of the biggest events that we're really happy about is beginning of August. There's a gentleman by the name of Pat Sprundle, and he has been doing for us 100 for Hospice. This will be his 5th year. And what he does, and I'm not a golfer, but he do you call it, shoots 100 holes.
Okay.
And the monies that he raises from doing this, he donates back to Hospice of Medina County. So we're real honored with that.
Absolutely.
There still is time if you would like to, what do I say, promote his golfing or make a donation for that.
Okay.
You can check that out on our website, which is hospiceofmedina.org.
Okay.
And then we also, in July, we offer a kids grief camp. It is for kids aged 6 to 13, and what that is, it's open to any child in the community. And what it does, it's a camp for kids who have suffered a loss. Okay. And what that does, it's put on by our Robertson Bereavement Center. And what that does is it just has a lot of fun activities for kids and helps them, talk through their grief. And it's a really, really wonderful event.
Is there any age limit on this, or is it
I
open to
believe
all
it's
kids?
from age 6 to age 13.
Okay, great.
And they don't have to have had a loved one on our program to
No.
take advantage of that.
It's for
so
any
we
loss.
encourage people,
So anybody that's lost
to
someone.
give a call.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful. Well, Denise and Lisa, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
And we'll be right back after this.